How are chaos theory and game theory connected? What kinds of games do you enjoy? Do you like strategy games such as chess or Go that make you think carefully? Or do you prefer sports like soccer or basketball? Some people enjoy card games or online games. At first glance, these activities seem completely different from one another. Yet we call all of them games. Why is that? The reason is that games share several important characteristics. First, every game has rules. Soccer has offside rules, and chess has rules that determine how each piece can move. Without rules, a game would quickly become chaotic. Second, strategy plays an important role. Players must anticipate what their opponents might do and respond accordingly. Third, every game has an outcome. There are winners and losers, and there may also be points or rewards. Most importantly, the outcome of a game is determined through interactions among the participants. For example, no matter how strong a soccer team may be, the opposing team's strategy can lead to unexpected results. Likewise, a weaker team can win by taking advantage of its opponent's mistakes. In the end, a game is not something that happens in isolation. It is a process in which participants constantly influence one another. Interestingly, these same characteristics often appear in real-life situations that we do not normally think of as games. A good example is business competition. Mobile phone companies constantly compete to attract more customers by adjusting their pricing plans and creating new advertising campaigns. In financial markets, investors make decisions while trying to predict what other people will do. In fact, whether we realize it or not, we spend much of our lives participating in situations that resemble games. The mathematical study of such situations is called game theory. Game theory developed rapidly during World War II. In 1944, mathematician and physicist John von Neumann and economist Oscar Morgenstern laid the foundation for game theory when they published the book Theory of Games and Economic Behavior. Since then, game theory has been applied to many fields, including economics, military strategy, politics, and sports analysis. At this point, an interesting question arises. Why did game theory become so closely connected to economics? Game theory was first applied in industrial organization, a subfield of economics that studies market performance. For example, imagine that a company lowers the price of its product slightly in order to increase its market share. At first, it may seem that more customers will be attracted to the lower price, leading to higher sales. But what happens if competing companies immediately lower their prices as well? Consumers begin shifting among different options once again. Even the prices of products that seem completely unrelated may eventually be affected. In the end, a single small change in price can influence the entire market. This is very similar to the concept of sensitivity to initial conditions in chaos theory. A small change at the beginning can lead to dramatically different outcomes over time. What is even more surprising is that human behavior itself is difficult to predict. People do not always act rationally. Some people buy something simply because it is inexpensive, while others become suspicious of its quality if the price seems too low. Psychological factors such as advertising, trends, emotions, and anxiety can also have a powerful influence on decision-making. Traditional game theory assumed that people behave rationally. However, people are emotional, impulsive, and sometimes make irrational choices. As a result, the real world does not unfold as neatly as a mathematical equation. This is where chaotic behavior begins to appear. Today, scientists are working to identify patterns within seemingly unpredictable human behavior. One important field is behavioral economics. Behavioral economics studies why people make irrational decisions. For example, people tend to feel the pain of a loss more strongly than the pleasure of an equal gain. These psychological tendencies have a major impact on stock markets and consumer behavior. When you think about it, our lives are much like a giant game. Friendships, exams, business competition, investments, and sporting events all involve people influencing one another and shaping outcomes. Yet those outcomes cannot be predicted perfectly through calculation alone. A single, small decision can sometimes create an unexpected future. How many choices did you make today in situations that can be explained by game theory?